Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. In the last episode, we brought life back to the world of Terra Flora, clearing up and unclogging their water volcano mount spouts. And by doing so, we brought back some much needed rainfall, reblooming their everbloom tree, and in turn, reopening the Queen Bee's world famous flower bouquet business, bringing it back, in her words, a gift of love back to the galaxy. And with another world of our journey pretty much completed, our adventure is slowly but surely getting closer to its end. Because, let's be honest here, all we really have left is Barrendale Mesa, which is our next world, and Cursa's Stronghold. So we're definitely, on the wire of just in general how close the end of our journey is, definitely getting closer and closer by the minutes. But only thing is how long is Barrendale Mesa, and how long is Cursa's Stronghold? Because the thing is, well, honestly, we have no idea. But it is our last two worlds of our journey, and that's for sure. But, like I promised in the last one, we will be getting into our next, technically, what you would say, technically a secret boss, but obviously we know about him, just because it's obvious that he was here. But let's unlock the giant Depleter, because that's obviously what he is, and let's get on into it, because let's be honest here, another big boss means a lot of dangerous things that could definitely happen in a short amount of time. But here he is, good old giant Depleter. And honestly, with the fact that we have another, technically, what would be technically a mini-boss, or technically it's a big boss, honestly, because of their HP, but honestly, these guys can be pretty dangerous for the most part. But, honestly, based on our last one, honestly, I'm not too scared. So I guess we'll really find out, because Tiny Dancer really wasn't that bad. But this is a Depleter, and these guys actually lifesteal off of being hit. So we do need to be careful about these guys. But for the most part, I think we'll be pretty good. A giant Depleter, oversized and aggressive opponents, that gets in close and restores some of its health at the expense of its opponents. With each successful assault, its technique allows it to immediately respond to attacks with a counterattack. 2,000 damage if we get hit, almost 3,000 if it crits. That is terrifying, because that could be a one-shot. We need to be very careful. And then obviously it has counter blows, so it will attack if we do end up attacking it while it's using its technique. It's a 2-turn cooldown, so once it does use it, we leave it alone for a turn. But that's definitely terrifying. And then obviously the movement, but for the most part the movement's not something we need to really worry about. But for the most part, definitely, yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting fight, just because of everything. But we're going to be using Luigi and Rabbid Mario, I think, for this. Because I prepared early today, just in case, because I wasn't too sure on what I really wanted to bring into this fight. But as long as we do it right, we should be fine. First things first is always maybe setting up our user, because that gives us a little bit of extra, kind of figuring out what we want to do. And plus it adds another, thing to the map. So enemies are definitely going to have to worry about that. And also gets rid of their weapons, too. So might end up working pretty well for us by having that. Although, not really sure exactly what we're going to do here, to be completely fair. But, for the most part, I think we'll be fine. As long as we prepare, before we, start moving crazily. The thing is I see that there is a zone where if the Depleter does go down in the low area, we'll 100% get crits, as long as we can hit the enemy, but the thing is that slope is very high. So, not many things we can do about that. But for the most part, this doesn't look too terribly, hard, for the most part, for what we can see, to be completely fair. But, definitely does not look like it's going to be an easy fight. I do see an idea here, though. We can easily get rid of one of these, enemies here, right here and now. So I think getting rid of a Ghost Walker early may do us some favors. Because, I'm gonna be honest, it's definitely a free knockout, and we can still move after attacking, so it's definitely worth going for. Down goes him. Not bad. Definitely not bad at all. So I think we have the ability of, yeah, we can drop enemy damage back onto them if they attack us. So that's definitely probably something we should do for Rabbid Mario here, if we decide to do so. Those enemies are long range, right? If I remember correctly, the Ghostly Walkers. We haven't really fought them in a while, to be fair. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they are long range. So, as long as he doesn't, like, get on top of me, for the most part, Rabbid Rosalina should be safe from that Ghostly Walker, I think. And I think we might... No, we can't actually hit that guy. Interesting, really. I thought we would be able to, but apparently not. Okay, well, there is a couple options here. One option I do think we should do, and I see it right now, is actually we can maybe envy the Depleter this turn. And if we do so, we may be actually able to do something very interesting this turn. Because the thing is obviously doing some damage to him is actually going to be really, really good to do. But the thing is at the same time, we also need to be careful with our movements and make sure we're doing things safely. Because the thing is we definitely need to be careful for the most part. And if we can be careful, well, let's be honest here, probably do us some good. Only thing is I'm not really 100% sure what I really want to do. But I do see an idea here. We could maybe screech this enemy out, if we really want to. I do have Steely Sight, so we can shoot through targets. We can prepare for the guy on that side if he decides to come any closer, which I do think is going to be a good idea. So I think that could be what we do. But the thing is, at the same time, we don't have 2 charges, so it's not really an option. So, kind of unfortunate there, but it's still something we could do if we do have the capability of doing it. And I don't think I can team jump off of him, sadly. And I technically gave myself ooze on all my characters by my own character, sadly, which really shouldn't happen, but it did. It's not too bad, though. I say we can definitely, if we back up just a slight bit, I think we can get the... Maybe we can, actually. We might be able to do some decent damage here. Yeah, that's not bad. Almost 2,000 damage, a 50% chance of getting the crits. That's not too bad. Yeah, we'll go for that. That's not bad, and we did get the crits, so that's a good chunk of damage in. And then I definitely say, putting these enemies to sleep would probably be a good turn, because Envy will put the Depleter to sleep for a turn, giving it not really much it can do this turn, but that does give us an option to start preparing, because we don't know what these enemies are going to do. And let's be honest here, it's probably for the best if we prepare. So we're going to set up Regenesis on Rabbid Mario here, because he's definitely going to want some HP. Good thing he has 7,000 HP, he's very, very tanky, so he'll be very, very ready when the time comes. But now we end our turn. These guys are going to start moving. Ghostly Walker, thankfully, is nowhere in sight of getting in range. But for the most part, as long as we play safe, well, let's be honest here, we should be pretty okay. The only thing is now that he is low, I do say putting you to sleep would be a good idea, just so you don't have any turn. Because the thing is we can keep that guy asleep for a long time, if need be. Ghostly Walker on that side of the map is preparing for something. Let's see here. You're just in range for a normal attack, sadly. So we can't do really much with that. We can, per se... Well, actually, I might be able to do something here, actually. As long as we move far enough. Well, that's not too bad. 1,280 damage from this far away. It is in the farthest circle, too. So it should be a good chunk of damage, as long as we do it. We can back up a little bit more, though, actually, and take full advantage of this side of the map. And then, in turn, probably get a little bit more damage. Yeah, that's not too bad. I like that, actually. So yeah, definitely Sharpshooter with Luigi here, I think, is definitely worth going for. We're 100% setting up Steely Stare, though, because it is very, very charged up. This thing has a lot of things built into it. I made sure to give Luigi a lot of points into Steely Stare, so he'll be completely ready for anything that tries to try anything this turn. I'm gonna be completely honest there. Can I give you ooze? curious. Nope. I was trying if I can walk into him and give him ooze if I really, really tried. I can, however, try something interesting here. Because we can easily knock out that guy on the left there. And I see an option to maybe go for a vamp attack with Rabid Rosalina here. And do quite a lot of damage, honestly. So you know what? We might actually try this. Because I don't see why not. Dukes does a lot of damage. We can still move after using it. So, probably worth it. Although, do we really want to move? Because I could set up counterattack, and then we can punch back on the Depleter if it does decide to attack Rabbid Mario. Because we don't know how much it heals for. So it probably would be good to know. So you know what, Rabbid Mario, you prepare for that, because I'm quite curious. I do wish you did have Spark Refresh, though, for action points getting back, just because we'd be able to throw on the Reflector, too, in the same turn while also attacking, but, well, we don't have that with him, because, let's be honest, Bowser, Edge, and Rosalina are our only characters, but we did get the Spark Energy for Rosalina, so that's pretty cool. Although, what do we really want to do with that? I think, definitely, we could go a Pow Block here, which is worth it. I don't see why not. It's 1,000 damage. Throw it in. Do a little bit of damage. And also teleported him. Don't know what happened there, but that was interesting. But let's send in some purple Fruit Loops on him. And do quite a little bit of decent damage there. Not bad. Already basically only 9,000 HP left. And whatever it ends up wanting to do here, well, let's be honest here, I feel like it's going to attack the person that's in the open zone. And Rabbid Mario's far from getting knocked out. So we'll see what ends up happening here. So if he does decide to move, which he did, so he's going to get Steely Stairs. Forgot about the Ghostly Walkers with the fact that they can't be attacked like that. So technically we messed up there. Also, that was a big hit there. I don't know what happened there. Did he dash me? I think he dashed me. What did you do? I felt like he dashed me there. He got 2 heals there. I think. Okay then, weird. Very strange, but yeah, I forgot about the Ghostly Walkers being able to completely walk through Steely Stair. That was my fault on that one. Just because, well, let's be honest here, we don't really get to really use the ability, so now we know for sure. But I'll dash into you, though, just because I can. We have something starting to spawn in. I want to make sure how much damage this guy's going to need to be before he does end up going down. Because we do 2,000 damage normally, which is pretty good. We can do a decent amount to you on our own. I see a POW block in this guy's future, so let's definitely toss one of these at him. So let's give him probably 2 of them, probably is what I'm going to say for sure, just because there's no reason not to, because that'll drop a good chunk of his HP by itself. Okay, not bad, not bad. And I think we might have him here, as long as we get like a really good hit here. And these Rainbow Fruit Loops definitely do some damage, so let's be honest there. Okay, I think we got him no matter what. I think the only thing we need to do here, unless Rabbid Mario gets him right there. Almost. The crit almost got him, I think. But I think we actually win this as long as we go for a nice Luigi hit, and down goes the giant Depleter. And that was actually one of the easiest giant boss fights I think we've done. Not bad. And we did it pretty decently quick, I think. Although we had to use a whole different team than what I would normally use. But, for the most part, that was actually not too bad. And down goes the giant Depleter. Sorry, buddy. But we had to do it to you. The giant surprise is down complete. And we also got ourselves another one of those golden prisms, too. So that'll open up some future possibilities as well. It gave us 2 for the last world. It gave us 2 for this world too. Okay then. Interesting. I might hold on to those because the thing is we are, we have a focus team at the current moment. So if I want to kind of look into what I want to save those for. Because in the current moment I don't really have any, skill tree prisms to really spare. Because the thing is it only opens the spark tree. So, at the current moment, I really don't know what I want to throw into the sparks, and what I want to take off to throw into sparks. But you never know, honestly. Might come in handy, might not. It really depends. But definitely, in due time, we'll definitely take a look at it. But, definitely pretty good. I will say that. Only thing we need to do now is make sure good old Bowser has the right sparks again, because he kind of doesn't have them at the moment. But just like that, there we go, perfect. And only had to swap out 2 sparks there to be completely fair, so definitely ended up working out pretty well. We also get a little bit of star bits for completing that, and also, the world is now complete, so let's see what we end up getting for this world. Oh, wait a minute. 99%, really? It's still 99%. Really? Now that's odd. Why is it 99%? Oh, well, maybe... I got an idea. Maybe the silly fish chuck thing. So maybe that's actually something that's affecting that. Okay then, because the thing is I got gold in Palette Prime and Terra Flora. Or I got silver, the silver prize for Palette Prime and Terra Flora. Maybe that's what's giving me a minus 1% there. Which is a little odd because, you know, I still got the Palette Prime coin for that, but for some reason... Oh no, I know what it is. I'm being stupid. I'm being really, really stupid. I know what it is. I know what it is. It's not the silly chuck challenge. But yeah, definitely weird. Just because, what do you call it? What it is the progression thing. And what the progression thing is, well, let's be honest here, it's the shop. The shop is what we're missing. And all we need to do is obviously buy the final thing, Vintage Sharpshooter. And just like that, world completes. I was wondering what I was forgetting, and, well, that's what it was. The Gleaming Bazooka is our next unlockable. So I was right on that. So what would be number 4? Because the only 3 unlockable characters we've gotten throughout the story so far was Edge, Rosalina, or Rabbid Rosalina, and Bowser. And I don't even know if Rosalina specifically is playable, just because we haven't seen her anywhere. And well, I'm honestly not really sure if she's even a playable character, because you would think we would have seen her by now, if she was. But Gleaming Bazooka? I'll definitely take it. White and gold Bazooka definitely sounds pretty cool to me. But, definitely interesting. I will say that one. But let's take a nice look at that, since it is a whole new weapon. So the Gleaming Bazooka. A gift from Woodrow for eventually delivering from Ruination, while more of a Palette Prime than thou had destroyed. And then we also have the Luigi one as well, that I should read for you guys, because we got this one for the time-based area of the Spark Zone for Terra Flora. So Gleaming Sharpshooter, for clearing a secret zone, the Sparks Benevolence League of Terra Flora held a VIP mineral water tasting to gift you this, which is pretty cool. A white and gold weapon for every character sounds pretty cool to me. I will definitely say that one. Although I still feel like the Mega Bug one for Bowser's more fitting because of the Kingdom Battle reference to it. But honestly, pretty cool. I will say that for sure. But with another, well, world officially complete, well, it's time to finally clear up the rest of, well, Terra Flora here. And, well, honestly, surprisingly, finish it all in one day, because, well, let's be honest here, there's only 4 missions left, 3 of which are missions we can do, because one of them is the giant monster, which is the Magic Koopa, so we're definitely pretty close to completing this world already. And the thing is I think their fastest way there is from this flag over here. And I still don't know if there's a gateway here, to be completely honest. Because the thing is, well, let's be honest here, we really haven't been over there where the mission is over there, to be completely fair. So we don't know if there's more to it, because I would think there would be a gateway on every single world. Because, you know, it would make a lot of sense. The only thing is because of the fact that we're not too sure, well, I'm definitely curious on where our, well, final places are going to be for our missions, because there's only a slight few left, to be completely fair. But, honestly, I will definitely say, the Warrior in the Windbag is definitely, well, upon us now. So, Edge and Rabbid Mario, very interesting pairing, but pretty cool too at the same time. But let's do it. The Warrior in the Windbag. in level 25. And also, interestingly, Edge is one of the characters for this one, which it being on the front, well, means that Edge is specifically the main character for this one. So does that mean we're going to finally get Edge's lore book? Because it's kind of weird that we haven't got it yet, to be fair. But let's see what's going on. Also, BeepO is actually mentioning Madame Wastrella, so there has to be a gateway here. Okay then, that's weird. Ooh, wait, I'm getting a transmission via Madame Wastrella's full personal assistant. You all doomed unless you eliminate the darkness puddle near my location on Terra Flora. Okay, so she is around here. We had to finish this first. Okay, that answers that question. Doomed, more doomed. There's a lot here about how doomed we are for various reasons, but you get the point. Okay.
We don't need some swindler to tell us how to handle a darkness puddle. I'll take point on this one.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely take point, Edge. You definitely know what you're doing. We've seen it multiple times already.
I'll go with you after all. We make one heck of a team.
Yeah, sure, Rabbid Mario. Well, maybe. Rabbid Mario does hit like a truck. Seriously, Rabbid Mario, no matter how hard you try, your chances there are doomed. True. Pretty true. But at least he's trying. I will say that one. At least he's at least trying. But the warrior in the windbag, wait a minute. Dark Mess Eyes without Rabbid Luigi. Okay. Interesting. Well, Rabbid Mario is pretty good at breaking these. But, well, Edge can too, depending on the positioning where you're throwing it from, to be fair. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Well, definitely I'm gonna say one thing. Before we do jump in here, we should probably make sure what we want to bring is the right things. So where is my Bowser? Because Bowser's definitely holding something Rabbid Mario definitely wants to bring. So let's definitely bring that, and let's definitely bring Turbo Charge too. Because Turbo Charge is going to be required, for sure. But at least we have it. So, at least, it's on our team. We should probably go for heal as well, because Rabbid Mario does have 7,000 HP with Regenesis, so honestly, pretty good to bring them. Just for that reason alone. But here we go. Okay. So first things first, obviously, always set up turbocharge. 60% bonus is definitely really good. And then obviously, probably Vamp Dash immediately is probably going to be in our future, just in general. Just because, well, let's be honest here, Vamp Dash is pretty good. Oh, and we got a Spark Energy and a Refresher. That is very interesting. Okay, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Well, that guy's still alive. Rabbid Mario can get him, though, thankfully. So, Rabbid Mario, you finish off this guy for me, thank you. Okay, not bad, not bad. I see a Goomba we can easily get, so let's use you to get this guy. There we go. Okay, not bad. So far, so good. We just need to figure out where we want to move. I'm going to definitely say we deal with the Lone Wolf on this side of the map, for sure, first, before we do anything else. Just because you never honestly know with enemies. And technically, we're right out of range of that. Okay, then. Well, I did want to go for that guy, but I technically can't because of the way I dropped. Okay, then. That doesn't really hurt me too badly, although it is weird, the positioning there. But I do see an idea, because we do still have an extra action point. I'm going to say what we should do is obviously go for... Actually, I see another option here too, although I'm not sure if I should go for that one, because we can go for a free hit on that thing. But I do say maybe getting rid of this Dark Mess Eye over there. Oh, we did open it. Ooh, okay, that ends up working out pretty well. I'm going to say definitely knock out this guy, because, well, let's be honest here. I didn't actually want to jump in the air there, to be fair. That was not the intention in there. I want to make sure I want to make sure the Goomba's out of the map, so... Wait, can you toss those as Goombas? Wait a minute. It was making a noise while I was picking up the Goomba there. Wait, is that an option for something you could do? I didn't realize that. Huh. If it is, that's very interesting, because I did not know that to begin with. But one Dark Messiah over here down. Not bad. Okay, we'll work with that. I'm going to definitely say we should go Ethereal now, just in case for Edge. So Rabbid Mario is the only character at the current moment that is currently able to be attacked, if anything decides to attack. Goomba's out of range, so we don't need to worry about that, but we pass turn and just see what the enemies do, because we can easily go for him by just dashing into him. And also I need to learn about this Goomba thing, because if we can throw Goombas at Dark Messiahs, that's a new revelation that I really need to know about. Just because, if that really is a thing, that's very interesting. You can? Really? Okay, well, there you go. Well, there you go, Mr. Goomba. Thank you for, helping me out there, buddy. I'll definitely say that one. I was not, expecting that. I will definitely say we bash these out, because definitely, for sure, we need those gone. We can keep the Goomba around. He won't be able to make it to me this turn, but we can definitely knock out... Well, actually, I should Vamp Dash you to make sure you go down. Yeah, you know what? Vamp Dash to make sure you go down is probably smarter in this instance. And we also got it refreshed again, which is cool. I like when it refreshes like that, because that means, you know, we have a good, just in general, like, motion for everything. Definitely knock out both of these eyes this turn. But not bad, not bad. Another chunk there done. And now we just try and see what the enemies do with that. Because we'll definitely grab that Goomba and pull him in to our next zone and use him as a little bit of cannon fodder to get rid of some extra Dark Messiahs while we're over here. I definitely will say that for sure now that we know this. Because that's pretty cool. I will definitely say that. I'm going to say we can toss it at that one because it's all by itself over there. And then honestly from here, is there an angle that I can hit all of that stuff? Not really sure. Doesn't look like it. So I might need to maybe refresh my movement here, which it definitely looks like we can. So let's definitely go for it. We'll knock you over for a second, just so I can figure out where I exactly want to move here. Because I think the best way of dealing with this group here is probably going for these guys first, which definitely does not look too bad. And then honestly, other than that, tossing this guy at this Dark Messiah over there seems like a good idea. And then just get out of his range of motion, for the most part. While also kind of staying in motion of being able to get to everything. Like, here-ish, I think. Because there's not many... I don't think there's any long-range enemies left on map, other than just Goombas. So, honestly, as long as we move perfectly fine, we'll be perfectly good here. Only thing is there's no Goombas to give us any freebies at the current moment. So, at the current moment, it's honestly just whatever kind of motion we can get. So, honestly, we could definitely go for this diagonal Dark Messiah over here and get a free knockout. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then, obviously, just swap turns. Yeah, that Goomba doesn't have a chance. And these Goombas are just waiting for Rabbid Mario at the current moment. And now stuff is starting to spawn. But thankfully, the best person to be in this area is actually over here, so this doesn't really affect us too much. Because obviously all we need to do, and also we can hit all three of those too. So actually I think we don't even need to worry. I think all we need to do here is obviously punch away with good old Rabbid Mario and get a knockout on both of those eyes. Swap back over to Edge and just get the perfect throw here to obviously knock out the rest of them. Meaning this map is over and done with, and the Warrior in the Windbag is 100% complete. Not bad, not bad, and pretty cool. 300 experience too, that's pretty good. I really like the amount of experience we got there, and we got the Steampunk Blade too, so we got a new skin for Edge. Although, I still like the Galaxy Blade and the Gleaming Blade more, but still pretty cool, nonetheless, to get like more and more skins for characters. Only thing is, are we indeed getting a lore book here? Because we usually get one, and we haven't got one for Edge yet. So I would very much like to see a lore book for Edge now, because I'm gonna be honest, and there it is. I would definitely like to, make sure we're good there. But here we go, Edge. I will confess to having monitored Edge for the simple reason that she is an enigma, making it difficult to know if she can be trusted fully. What is known is that she is a skilled fighter, wielding her flying sword as if it were a part of her. I do trust her, though I cannot explain why. Is it instinct? Wishful thinking? Hope? Perhaps it's all three. For what really is the difference? I think we can trust Edge, because Edge would have turned on us a long time ago if Edge was not trustworthy. So I don't think that's really going to be a problem. But, I guess it's fair, to be honest. And then we also have Oozers here, and I'll show you guys exactly where we got this one. But Oozers, once again, it's not just the tactics employed by our enemies, but their synthesis that speaks to Cursa's villainy. These mages unleash an ooze-based attack and have the ability to make the heroes even more vulnerable to it. Through special abilities, one denies heroes the aid of any techniques or spark powers, the other denies heroes the use of their weapons. They are anathema to gust-based attacks. Definitely an interesting last little memory there for this world, because, well, let's be honest here, we're officially done with the memories for Terra Flora now. And if you guys are wondering where that one is, it's actually right over here. This little guy right here was where the Oozer one was, and it was basically right in plain sight for the most part. So it said something about, good old Madame Boistrella, and I'm guessing she's down there, based on the fact that, well, we had to, yep, there it is. That confirms that one, just because of the fact that, well, the game did say that she was nearby, so apparently completing that map was the trigger to getting it, because I was a little worried on where the last one would be, because one of the ones that we were missing was a secret one, and it was inside of the tree for the Everbloom tree, and it was actually in a place that we didn't even go to inside there, even though I thought we pretty much went everywhere. But, yeah, apparently, that's where that was. But, good thing we did get it eventually, in between episodes. So, it ended up working out pretty well. But, let's definitely make sure Bowser has everything he needs. And I think we're definitely ready to get into our next gateway. Because gateway missions are, let's be honest here, they could be iffy. They could be hard, they could be easy. Really depends on what they give you. But, Madame Boistrella, it's time to finally see again for the fourth world of our adventure. And honestly, probably again once we get to good old Barrendale Mesa. But let's see what's going on.
You are doomed. Wait, is you? You are not doomed. You saved this Madame Boistrella's Dimensional Drift Departures franchise location.
Also, it's kind of interesting that this isn't actually Madame Boistrella based on the fact that it said it was her assistant, based on the little side quest we just did.
Our stockholders are grateful. Now exhilarating combat awaits you beyond the gateway. Choose your team wisely, of course.
Okay, choose our team wisely? Well, we got a team, and we're already ready, so let's be honest here. And let's get on in there, since, let's be honest here, well, we'll definitely find out if we're really, not going to have a good or hard time, well, depending on what we're dealing with. And if it's a Dark Mess one, then we might swap teams. But for the most part, for basic combat, this is like our best team. And after Fluorescent Gateway, or at least best team when it comes to characters that, I want to focus on because of story reasons. But, actually, Bowser has 5,000 HP now, jeez. Nowhere close to Rabbid Mario, but Rabbid Mario does have 2 points in HP, and Bowser doesn't have any, I think. Not at the current moment. But, wow, there's a lot of things. But there's a lot of barrels that we need to explode, it looks like, in order to truly mess with these enemies. But it does look like if we blow up this area, this whole area here is going to blow up pretty much. Except for the front area, but for the most part, yeah, that's definitely kind of the idea here. Okay, but a bunch of deep freezes, though. We need to be careful about those guys. I saw some lone wolves, too, and some sea stooges and some squashettes. Quite a lot of enemies, but for the most part, pretty bearable. And there's also a regular stooge there, too, with the sea stooges, which is kind of interesting. But, I think we'll be fine, as long as we do this right. Obviously, turbocharge is the very first thing we always do. No reason not to, just because you never honestly know. But, where does Edge want to go? Because Edge could mess with the deep freezes by herself, to be fair. And there's more enemies on that side of the map. So it's probably better if Edge goes up here. And honestly, probably Rosalina and Bowser can go right. But first things first is, well, let's definitely make sure that Edge gets the maximum amount of movement that she can get here. Because, well, let's be honest here, we're definitely going to be taking quite a interesting little adventure over on this side of the map in the very, near future, so we definitely need to be careful. But let's definitely get rid of Mr. Deep Freeze here. We need to definitely run out of his range, though, before he does blow up. But one down. Now, we don't have to worry about frostbites, which is good. These guys can't leave this area, so we're perfectly fine to be over here. So, we're pretty good right now. I'm going to say definitely setting up Ethereal now in this position might be smart. And honestly, we could maybe... Did we get an action point back? No, we didn't. But we can go for a double hit here. Oh, and we can actually break a barrel over there too at the same time. That's actually pretty good. And we got a double crit on the deep freeze where we're next to. As well as that guy got burnt a couple times too. And we also burned his buddy too, which actually might knock out both of them almost. Yeah, actually, they're pretty much down for the most part. Actually, can I... I'm curious. If I blast at them, I might have to move a little bit. But I think I might be able to hit both of them. Yeah, I can. That might be worth it. You know what? I might do that. I kind of like the idea of that. Let me just double check, though. I do definitely need to double check that before we go through with it. But I do like the idea, though. Just because I feel like I can definitely do some damage there, because deep freeze enemies, getting them off the map almost immediately, honestly, I feel pretty good. As long as they don't run into Edge like they just did. Ugh. Yikes. Well, we got frostbitten. Probably not the worst case scenario, though, to be fair. So, you know what, we're not too bad with that. I do say what we need to do here, though, is we'll send in the Oozer on the Squashette over here, and we'll send Rosalina back over, I think. If we need to. I don't know if we'll need to here in a second. We'll find out. Maybe, actually. Maybe we could stay. Because I have an idea what we can do. Because what we can do is knock out the Squashettes, just to be sure that she's out. And then honestly, we could jump back over and help Bowser. That's also an option. So, not bad. 4 enemies down on the first turn. Most of them deep freezes. I don't feel too bad about that, honestly. But I do say when we do go over where those lone wolf enemies are, we're 100% going to need Edge to be there first. Just because of the fact of those enemies being there. Because there's not many options, for sure. I'm gonna definitely be fair there. Because there's definitely some options there that I'm not too sure about until we go over there. I wish we weren't frostbitten, though. I'm gonna hope that it ends on our turn when we start. Because sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. So, I really hope we're not going to be too affected by it. Because the game will do what it wants to do sometimes. There's a lot of enemies that are moving. Usually they kind of wait till we get a lot closer to them, but they're all moving now, which is interesting. And also, our Oozer's having a nice little bit of fun time over there, doing what it wants to do best, honestly. But I'm going to see if Edge isn't... Okay, thank you. I was a little worried about that one, so that's good. Just because, yeah, being frozen in place is not the best thing for us. Do we want to deal with the Squashettes now, or do we want to wait for them later? Because we have the option here. We can either go over, start doing some damage over there, or we can focus on these guys first. I'm going to say, in my honest opinion, what we can do is we could set up the Stormblade now, and get rid of this side of the map first. Might be, our first priority, I think. Because we can definitely, do a decent amount of damage to these enemies, and easily get rid of them before we even decide to go to the other side of the map. And then we can reset up our invisibility when we do want to go over there. And also wait out the Evil Eye too. So it's definitely not a bad idea. So down goes 2 more enemies on that side. Couple options here. I'm definitely going to say we help out Bowser, though, because Bowser needs a little help here if he wants to make it to the other side of the map. Looks like we need to do it very specifically, though. So we need to jump off this jump panel just enough to where we can get onto it, but also just enough to where we can get to Bowser. And we barely can get to him, but we can get over there, which is perfect. It's all we needed, so that's really good. Okay, not bad. I'll definitely take that. And honestly, I see an idea here. If we drop right into here-ish, we can smash into you, and do a dash into you. And then, honestly, now we just need to figure out what to do with Rabbid Rosalina once we come back over. But not a bad turn. Definitely not bad. Although, what do we really want to do once we get over here? Because there is options. There definitely is options. Although, what kind of options are we really looking at here? Because look how much enemies are over there once we do make our way there. That's the real thing that I'm worried about. Because once we can get in range of something here, actually. Interesting. We can go for a hit on you, but that also puts us in direct line of sight of everything. Which I don't really like the idea of, to be fair. We can go for a freebie on you, which I say probably Rosalina wants that one. So not too bad there. Although I do say... yeah, I'm not really sure about this one. We can go for a hit there, but that's not really going to be leading to much. Just because of the idea that, well, for the most part, yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. I'm gonna be fair, I just don't think that's a good idea to go over there yet. So, I think we can turn. That other area over there is definitely, like, it's a wait and see what happens kind of thing. But I think we're completely safe, for the most part, because those enemies can't make it over here. And vice versa, for everything there. So, as long as we stay long range, we're perfectly fine. And we don't have to go over there yet, to be fair. So, we just kind of just wait, see what happens. Try and get Edge over there as quick as possible. And hopefully, if there is no villain sight, we can go for some good hits here in the near future. Because, yeah, it's really up to what ends up wanting to spawn and how many enemies really want to be down there. Because, that's a lot of enemies, I'll definitely be honest. But down goes another Squashette, though, because of our Oozer. So we're definitely getting some decent hits in now. Only thing is now we need to figure out what we want to do with Mr. Deep Freeze here. We do have Vamp Dash again, so that's an option. We do have also a hit here as well, but being up close and personal with one of these guys is not the smartest thing. So it's about like here-ish is probably our smartest movement here. So Vamp Dash, make sure Mr. Deep Freeze is out of the map is definitely a priority here. So let's just get him nice and weakened, and hopefully in turn, can I go for a knockout on him as well as... No, we don't have the option. Okay, well that's not an option there. How much HP do you have, buddy? Just because I'm curious. 1030. Not a lot. Okay. Well, I'm going to say we definitely head back then with Edge this turn. Because I do not want to be in range of him, to be completely fair. I do like the idea of throwing my Flying Blade at him from long range away. And staying completely out of his range of frostbiting me to the next moon and back. Because he will definitely, yeah, that won't be a good thing for us. I do have an idea, though. Because of the fact that there is no, like, major threats right now, I do have an idea of what we can do that might actually be pretty good. And that is dropping Bowser right on top of everybody. Dropping some Rabbid Mecha Koopas directly in the middle of this group here. And then jumping out of range and not getting blasted to the next moon and back. That's literally my only idea here. I could have put them to sleep first by doing that if I really wanted to, but I feel like my current idea is to try and stay safe as much as possible. I will see how much damage we can do with the Bazooka, though, real quick, just because I am curious. because I feel like we could probably get a good chunk of them. Yeah, we might be able to get a knockout there, actually. I don't think the Rabbid Mecha Koopas would have got them all by themselves, though. I will be fair. I will be completely honest there. I'm not 100% on that one. We can put everything to sleep here, though. That's a really good sleep. You know what? There is no reason not to do that. So, you know what? Go for it. Definitely go for it. Because we can stay over here safely now. And, well, let's be honest here. Do quite a decent amount with this. Although, now it's kind of idea to Bowser. What do you really want to do here, buddy? Because you can go for quite a knockout if we do it. We could also, per se, grab out a POW block if we have one, which we don't. So at least we checked for the idea of using one. But we don't have one, sadly. But, we wake up the guy up there. I'm not really sure about that one. Can we get the one that's, yeah, like there? Because then we don't wake up the guy on above. Because I want him to stay asleep while we do the rest of this. Because, well, let's be honest here, I would like to make sure that they're not going to wake up here in a second. We'll put you back to sleep, buddy. And then, honestly, we have a couple options here. We could do a decent amount to Mr. Deep Freeze. But for the most part, making sure you're knocked out is honestly good. Because everything else is pretty much asleep. So, we should be perfectly safe with that movement there. And honestly, we just wait turn. The Squashette is the only thing still up. We also knocked out another enemy by putting them with the ooze effect there, so definitely quite a lot of, well, we got pushed out of bounds there. We don't like the idea of that, but the thing is that wasn't too bad. Everything's back awake now, though. Dashing you is a top priority. I do not want you running anywhere near me. I'm gonna be completely honest there, buddy. Although, what do we do here? Because I think, Edge can make their way over now. I think we're perfectly safe to do so. Only thing is, how do we do our next part of our turn is the real question. Just because I don't know if we can actually make it back to where we need to be. And also, that does not look like, really good here. We can get out of range of the frostbite, so let's definitely get over here real quick. Barely out of range, but we got pretty far. That's pretty good. Although, I don't think we can get in range of, helping out our friends yet. Which is a little unfortunate. I do have the ability to move boost if we need to, which I might end up doing here, actually. So, move boost, and then we can turn invisible once we get down there. Just because, well, let's be honest here, it's pretty much our only option. But, turbocharge for everybody would definitely be a good idea. So now we have extra damage in our dashes, which is definitely going to be good here. So we can either dash into you, we can start working on the Stooges. I'm going to say Stooge that can throw us off the map is the first one we get rid of, for sure. That's definitely a for sure one. And then I think making our way up here and maybe turning Ethereal might be a good idea, because now we have full range on map, for the most part, while also being kind of safe, for the most part as well. Although, I think dashing into this guy should definitely be an idea of something we should do. And then honestly from here, we can knock out their buddy here. I definitely say getting the Squashette off the field is top priority, I think. And then honestly from here, I think we can maybe drop Bowser in range of both of these guys and do a decent amount of damage. I will definitely say that. That's pretty decent. Definitely, you know, pretty good. That guy's pretty much down though, so I think going for this guy right here is better. So let's make sure he's down for the counts. And then Bowser, 50% cover, not bad. And then Deep Freeze is going to be, you know, completely unable to do anything. He's not going to be doing much right now. He's definitely going to get ready, but yeah, he shouldn't be able to do much, to be completely fair. We get hit by 2 Stooges, and then those are basic enemies, so that doesn't really affect us. Plus our Oozer's going to be going for a free hit there too, so a little bit extra damage. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to say dashing into you is a good idea. We could probably go for a nice squish on this guy, although I do need to be out of range of the... Yeah, I tried. I tried to be out of range of that, but ended up blowing myself sky high. But we could still work with that. I'm gonna probably heal Bowser for 70%. That doesn't sound too bad. Just so he's nice and healed. Because we should be done with the map here. As soon as we knock out this guy. But let's move, actually, you know what? I have a better idea. Vamp attack for Rosalina first. Because we can also get the lifesteal for Rosalina here. And, you know what? Might end up being a better idea. Just because a little bit more HP for Rosalina, then we don't have to waste coins on healing. And, well, Bowser's the only one kind of low on HP, and Bowser's, has Regenesis, so he can heal himself over time pretty quickly. So, ends up working, and, well, he'll definitely be fine. But there we go. Effort Fluorescent Gateway, Planet Coin rewarded, almost got a level out of it. We did get a Skill Prism this time. We didn't get one for the last one, so why did we get one for this one? That's weird. Okay then. Strange. But down goes another gateway. And that means only one thing left to do for this world. And that is, well, the final mission for the world. The blueprint mission. And, well, let's be honest here. Well, we're definitely ready for it, since, let's be honest here, Corpse Battle is ready for us. And the thing is it didn't have any special enemy attached to it. Because usually, the, preview enemy was enemies that we didn't know about yet, like the Ghostly Walkers, the Spell Raisers, stuff like that. But this time around, it's actually a Squashette, which is interesting. So, honestly, I'm not too scared yet, because Squashettes haven't really been a problem for us. But, I guess we'll find out. Level 26 enemy, and here we go. Honestly, I'm wondering if it's going to be a survive level, like the previous ones, because it seems like these seem to be survive levels for the most part, but I don't know if that's like 100% what they are supposed to be, because they could change on a dime if they really wanted to, but it does, seem like one. Yeah, it's 100% one, although it's all Squashettes though, and we'll see Stooge behind us, but that doesn't look too bad. I'm not really scared of these enemies, and I can easily get rid of them, so, okay then. Interesting. Well, you know what, I'm still gonna... I know I said I don't want to waste coins, but I guess we'll just do it, just so Bowser doesn't waste his turn. Because let's be honest here, Bowser, wants to turbocharge, so we don't have to use Regenesis on turn 1. So, probably better scenario. I do see a triple dash there, actually. But the thing is I think you can only do triple dashes to Goombas and Bob-Ombs, but I guess we'll find out. Because, well, it definitely looks like one, and we'll say that one for sure. But we just need to make sure we're in perfect dash range. Yeah, it looks like you need them to be Goombas in order to do it. Okay, so Goombas are the only enemies you could do that with. So good to know. But we're definitely going Vamp Dash here. And, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you guys are definitely not gonna like these. I'm gonna be honest, buddies. You guys are definitely not gonna have a fun time with my dashes here, because these are free knockouts for me. But, let's see here. Is there a way to double dash to these guys, or no? Looks like a no. Interesting. Well, maybe we could still work with this. Is there a way to dash into both of... Yep, cool, okay. Because we get rid of one with full health, since that's definitely a better idea. And honestly, I say just turn invisible here is probably top priority now, because we are in a weird spot, so being completely invisible now is actually really good. And now we just need to figure out what we want to do with these enemies here. We can dash into this guy and just leave him back here, because he'll be asleep. We don't really need to worry about him, to be frank, for the most part. And then honestly, for the most part here, we have a couple options, but I say probably one of those is spawning in some Mecha Koopas. Although I want to be away from the cryo barrel before we do decide to spawn them, because I feel like that's probably going to hurt me if I let it. So I think probably from back here might be our smartest option, so we don't get frostbitten to the floor, because I do not want to get frozen to the floor here, if we can help it. Thankfully, it didn't, because I really thought it would, to be fair. And also, these Mecha Koopas are going for the Sea Stooge, so maybe that's actually a good thing that we did that. And also, he's just out of range of being blasted like that, which is kind of funny. We could technically go for him. Although I kind of want to take these guys with me over here, to be fair. Because I have an idea of what we could do with these. We could set these up for the squashettes, and they may focus them instead of us. Because the thing is Bowser and Rosalina are going to be targeted here in the next turn. So being prepared might be pretty good here, honestly. And then we'll just deal with the squashettes here in like a couple turns here, obviously. Because Edge is going to be, going on a rampage over there, for the most part. Other than that, we can spawn in our user if we want to. I'm going to spawn it from this side, though, because it should go to the other enemies, and hopefully not behind me. I guess we'll find out. He did go forward. Thank you. And also got rid of their attack, too. That's not bad. And we also got a hidden, which is also good. Not bad, not bad. Okay, well, this is pretty good, actually. What we can do, per se, right now, is actually send in Rabbid Rosalina right now, actually. Because all we really need to do on this turn, well, send Rabbid Rosalina a decent, bit in, and then honestly, just put everybody to sleep. Because we have the option to right now, so, you know what? And we get all these squashettes to sleep, but for a decent amount of time. Well, one turn, but it does give us a freebie here in a second. So let's get rid of this one in the far distant area. I think that's probably a good one. Not bad. It's a decent amount done for this turn. And then honestly, we just kind of wait, I think. Because for the most part, that guy back there is not going to do much. Keeping everybody kind of close together is honestly a good idea. There is a purple portal spawning, so we do need to be careful here soon. But we are going to blast another squashette, probably off the map, just by the Magic Koopa, or the Mecha Koopas all on their own, to be fair. Okay, well, here comes User, knock out another squashette for us. Not bad at all. Pretty good. We do have the ability to turn invisible again, if we need to, for Edge, but obviously we don't want to waste it yet, obviously. But, still pretty good. Let's see here. Probably you, dash into you once. You can dash into this guy. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. And then I think we can go for a knockout on both of these guys, which does not sound too bad. And also hit the person in the back too, which is also good. Probably could have knocked him out if I put him to sleep, if I, did so. But not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely not bad at all, for sure. But, now that we're done with that side of the map, and the squashettes are kind of quelled for the time being, I think now is when we make everybody go to the other side, because now they're spawning in those enemies that we don't want to be over there with the purple portal spawning now, so we definitely need to be careful. So let's smash through this guy, and there we go, perfect. Now we just need to kind of worry about what's going to end up spawning over there. So I think just getting out of range for the most part is, well, going to be the best idea. We could set up Stormblade, but I don't think we're in range. Yeah, it's a very small circle at the moment, so I don't think anybody's going to walk into it. But we do have Oozer over there, so Oozer will, well, probably go down here. I think he did go down, actually. But Sea Stooges and Squashettes are spawning from those portals. Interesting. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, we're back to the normal form of ourselves, so we definitely want to be invisible here. So let's turn on Ethereal, and maybe we can get it reset again. Didn't reset, but we did get a freebie. Okay, not bad. If I set up a move boost, I might go for that, to be fair. Because we can go for a double dash on both of these guys and maybe knock them out. That guy almost goes down, actually. Or actually, both of them pretty much go down, actually. I'm going to set up Vamp Dash, actually, here. For the idea of something in the near future. I'm going to lifesteal you, knock you pretty much out, and make my way... Actually, you know what? We should probably stay around here, actually, to be fair. Stay, like, right here-ish. And then, honestly, we could, per se, send in some Mecha Koopas. I'm going to probably do it from as far back as I did it before, because I do not want to get blown up by them. Because there's a very good chance I do get blown up by them, if I'm not being careful. So, probably better, just in case. You never honestly know, because that frostbite barrel is really, really close to us, and you honestly never know. So I'm a little worried about those, but thankfully wasn't too close, which is good. Now we can drop this right on top of you, knock you on out, and give this portal a nice little present when they decide to come on out of there, which definitely looks pretty good to me. Then we'll be like right in range of them when they decide to spawn. And then Bowser, I think, can stay in a safe zone like there. Then Rabbid Rosalina, as long as she's like about there-ish, I don't think they have a chance of even thinking about hitting us. So we should be pretty good with that. Let's see what ends up spawning. Is it always going to be squashettes? Seems like it. Squashettes and, well, I forgot you guys always bounce down like that, so those a free hit. Oof. A little unfortunate there, but for the most part, no free hits for us, which is good. Although multiple enemies are now spawning, so we do need to be careful at the current moment. But for the most part, as long as we, move safely, stay out of zones, we can easily, survive for the most part. And then I think this is a free hit on both of these guys, which sounds pretty good to me, honestly. But there we go. One of those squashettes down. I say we could set up Stormblade now for any squashettes that decide to spawn out of that portal, because seems like they're always going to spawn out, at least by one, so being prepared is probably a good idea. And then honestly, smashing this guy and his little cover there is probably a good idea. So down goes Sea Stooge. And then honestly, from here, I say we can set up the Regenesis now. So every turn from now on, we're going to get HP. So if we do lose any HP, we get it back. So probably pretty good, I think. And let's pass turn, because we don't need to worry about this next turn, because things are going to spawn, they'll do their thing. For the most part, as long as they're not like spawning super, super heavily, we'll be perfectly fine. And we're just out of range of that. Okay then, okay, well thanks. Thanks, game. That's very nice of you for spawning that right on top of me like that. Where it jumped directly on top of me like that, but oof. That's all I gotta say. But now is where things are dicey, because now we're no longer invisible. So we need to be very careful about our next kind of ideas here. We put you into a lifesteal state. We can put you into a lifesteal state. Not bad. If we do a lifesteal on you, we could do a decent amount with that. Although this guy, I don't like the idea of him being able to see me, so we need to be careful about it. We have one action point, so we need to be very careful with our movement here. Bowser could, per se, go in, drop some Mecha Koopas if we want to, and do a little bit on our own. I say dash this guy probably first before we do it, and then just obviously drop these guys right on top of these. And then see what Bowser can do, because if Bowser can do a decent amount on his own here, well, we can easily save Edge an extra turn to be able to kind of figure out what our next turn will be. And then obviously dashing you, get you on out of here. And just like that, we are completely safe to escape this area. See you later, buddies. You won't be getting me this turn. Nice try, though. I will say that one. I will definitely say that. But getting into a safety zone like that is probably top priority. And Edge, honestly, for you, I think Bowser, like, here-ish, and obviously jump off of Bowser to, like, his own, like, here, would be pretty good. Because as long as we're, like, in range of getting everybody to somewhere safe, I feel pretty good about this turn. Although it looks like Edge needs to go a little bit up like that, just so Bowser can safely go somewhere without needing to worry entirely about his position. And then I think, like, there should be fine for him. Okay, doesn't look too bad. I like the current positioning for everybody. And now we just need to worry about Sea Stooge and whatever decides to spawn out of that, which Squasher, surprised they don't break their barrels. It would be kind of funny if they did, because it should. Because if Bowser does that, well, it definitely is a different scenario there. Oh, hello. Interesting. Well, now we have portals spawning on top of us, so we definitely need to move. So, top priority, get out of here. That is definitely top priority. Let's get everybody, like, an idea of where they want to go first. So, everybody, get on out of here first. And then definitely set up turbocharge, just so we can easily deal with, these guys that just spawned. We could spawn in the Oozer, which doesn't sound like a bad idea. But I like the idea of maybe jumping off of Bowser right here, if we can get the positioning of it. There we go. The game did not want to give it to me, though, I will be completely honest there, but it looks like we need to be very careful with our sleep here. Yeah, we can do that. That works. Because then the Sea Stooge behind us doesn't go for us this turn. Now we just need to figure out where to run to, while also being careful about our movements as well. But I think we can, yep, we can get both of those guys down. Okay, not bad. Edge can turn invisible, so we don't need to worry about his movements. But I do think Bowser might want to go as far as possible. And I'm not really sure on jumping on this guy. I think just moving as far back as possible at the moment is kind of the safest option. Just to be completely honest here. Although I do say getting this guy out might be a priority. So, you know what? Yeah, get rid of him. I think I'm okay with getting him out. And then obviously, Edge, you turn invisible, buddy. I'm gonna be completely fair there. Because Edge, invisible Edge is very, very good, and no reason to pass it up. Just because, one, safety reasons. Although he did get gusted out of there, which is really unfortunate. It's just positioning there that really, really messes us up. A bunch of squashettes, actually. Ow. Can you please not do that? That really should affect the squashettes when they do that kind of stuff. But that's a Rosalina getting hit by that, too. Oof. Well, more portals basically on top of us. Not liking that idea. But not much we could really do about it. But we do have Vamp Dash here, with the ability of doing multiple lifesteals here. So, you know, we're still doing pretty good. Pretty good, honestly. There's no way that that's not good. So, we'll definitely try and see what we can do here. That's a free knockout on those guys. I kind of want to go back here, though, and do one dash into him, and then make my way back over. And then, in turn, maybe, if we can go for a double knockout on these squashettes before they get on top of everybody. Okay, not bad. Definitely not bad. Still, iffy, but not bad. Definitely not bad. Just gotta be in range of, I think here could be good. Then dashing into him, obviously. Then spawn some Rabbid Mecha Koopas on top of him to blow him sky high. Would work, I would think. Just because, hopefully, by blowing him up, we don't need to worry about being, like, thrown too far. Because we can't break that portal at all, which is kind of unfortunate. But we can, per se, spawn the Oozer over here and keep their attention for a second. Because as long as they, like, think they're coming to me and attacking me, we are pretty okay, honestly. And we also got rid of that other guy, too, so that works. And honestly, just staying out of range completely is probably second top priority. But Bowser, you just stay there, buddy. I can't really help you, but I'm gonna hope that the squashettes or other things just stay far away. I think it might... No, it's still spawning in... Well, that squashette literally looked like it was going for me, but okay. Yeah, thanks. Wow. That shouldn't count, but it does. Just because the Oozer was there, they were like, oh, yep, that's fair. Ow. Okay, well, bounced right into the frostbite there. Ouch. That's all I gotta say about that. Jeez. Okay, this game is definitely not going easy. Honestly, I think just getting out of range here and going for a heal for Edge is top priority for surviving this last turn here. Bowser's in a zone where if he gets attacked, he's definitely not gonna have a fun time. I say just Genesis with Bowser. Just hope and pray that these enemies don't come in droves, and just see what ends up happening here. I'm gonna be fair. But blow this guy sky high, and frostbited him, which is maybe a saving grace. Okay, well this guy's definitely down, so let's just get him now before they get any closer. Enemies are quite far away, so for the most part I think we're good, no matter what they end up trying. So end turn, and let's see what ends up happening. Because I feel like the enemies are, completely out of range now. Because he's frostbitten. Any kind of enemies that do spawn, apparently are still in range, apparently. Got a squashette spawned right on top of me, still was able to get to me. Interesting. Maybe squashettes are more dangerous than I really originally had thought. Just because of the fact that I was getting thrown off the map like constantly. But there we go, level 27. And we are now officially completed with, well, let's be honest here, Terra Flora is now complete. His only mission left is the giant mission. So let's grab our obvious little golden blueprint, and let's see what we get out of this one, because I am curious. We got a skill prism, as well as the wildwood bazooka. Cool. Also, did we get a skill prism for opening the box? Because that made me think that we did. Oh, we did. Wait a minute. Okay, cool. So the box gave us a blueprint and a skill prism. Okay then, that's nice. That's very nice, actually. Because now I'm closer to maybe obtaining one of these skills. Because I really want to get these. But, with the, spark energy and the spark refreshers, I feel like I'm kind of, forced to put, basically 7 points in everything over here for those two. But that's pretty nice. That's not bad at all. And that's actually a really nice bonus extra there. Because the thing is I can get rid of Stormblade, because that really, doesn't really do much damage for me. And then we can easily go for, extra damage here with the chain boost. Or we can increase the halo size, meaning we can hit more enemies. So there's definitely options here that we could take. Also, we could get Mountain Stance here to increase 50% damage reduction while it's active. The only thing is, well, it goes down as soon as it, ends. So we need to be careful about it, but it's still pretty cool though. I'm gonna say probably Chain Boost here. And then if we run into a map with Dark Mess, obviously we could swap it into the Blade Halo, I think. I think that's what we'll end up doing. Because I feel like Dark Mess would be better with the Blade Halo thing instead. When we were doing Rabbid Mario and Edge at the same time on that map with the Dark Mess eyes, I think that's basically, the best time to use that. Although it could be for enemies too. I definitely won't say that it won't be able to be used. I just definitely say it's going to be kind of a situational, for sure. Because I honestly don't know what I really want to use. And also enemy duration seems like something I want to go for, honestly. Because the longer things stay asleep, I feel pretty good about that, to be fair. So I might go for that, actually. 2 turns of sleep sounds pretty good to me. And then honestly, Bowser I don't think I have any options at the current moment. But definitely not bad. I like that we got an extra skill prism there, because that's definitely usable. But with that being said, in the next episode, we will be making our way immediately to the Barrendale Mesa. And, well, now that we're officially done with this world, well, in only one episode of, extra stuff, which is interesting, just because usually we take 2 episodes or 3 to finish up a world. Well, we finished it all in 1 episode for the rest of our stuff, which is very interesting. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful-ish day. Keep being spooky. In the next episode, Barrendale Mesa. Peace out.
Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.